Okay. Let me do it again. 1, 2, 3. Hi YouTubers, it's Amber. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about my chicken coop. So this is my chicken coop. As you can see, I started planting some plants of all different assortments onto the outside perimeter to allow for more bugs to cross the chicken's path. And when I first got started, I had no idea how I was going to achieve a chicken run in my yard, because although it is what most people's runs look like at this point within a year and a half of having chickens, this in fact used to be overrun with ivy. This tree was about 3 feet worth of ivy all the way up to the very, very top of them, and you can still see evidence of the old root structure of the ivy plant, but we've been pretty fortunate to have a mountain ash and a pine tree directly above our chicken coop, which allows for spots of sun for them to sunbathe, but the majority of the time it doesn't get a lot of rain or excess sun. Now going inside, I just recently built this with some extra rounds that we picked up from somebody's yard. I put in a few screws within these roosting bars. I think the chickens in general do use it quite often, especially the younger ones. This bamboo was laying on the side of the street with a free sign on it. It was wonderfully kept with the roots completely covered, and since I put it in my chicken run, they have eaten the bottom portion of it but cannot reach or are not interested in the actual leaves for eating themselves, so it has been about the only thing I can find to put in a chicken coop where chickens don't devour it. The rocks at the bottom are to try to get them not to nest or sunbathe under it so they don't dig up the roots. It's worked all right, but like any chicken owner knows that with time they are very clever and will find any way to really create havoc on their run. There is a pretty significant slope to this run. This is our attempt at a retaining wall. As you can see, the chickens at one point without these logs here were sticking their neck through the fence and chewing up any bit of weed they could possibly get while also destroying this wall. So this is our fortress, and we just now put this in, which is why I kind of had the idea to do a video about my chicken coop. I saw something similar for a dog using a children's pool, and this one actually was about $20 at Home Depot. Each one of these small stones was about 70 cents each, and this particular plastic tote was, I believe, $3. And it's pretty essential to have an outdoor source of water because it seems to be the thing that they go through the most often. So if you're curious why we have this break in our fortress retaining wall, you can see in between these logs there is a small pipe that I believe is a water drainage source from a sub pump that's underneath of our house. So right now it hasn't been raining a bunch, but during the winter this little piping will produce so much water it will erode all the way to the side of the chicken coop and down towards the plants. The moment you've been waiting for. Let's get into the coop topic. So this coop was red and white when I received it. I felt like black was a pretty neutral and not offensive paint color for our neighbors and their yard along with ours. We did re-shingle it because midway through the first year of having chickens, realized that the cedar chippings were extremely moist, and that was the result of leakage. This is a second time owner coop. It is a little bit awkward. I have a simple feeder that you can find at any co-op that we just use their standard chicken feed. Now to the side angle, I don't know if you can tell, but being in Western Washington, we get a lot of rain, and this could not sit on the ground without it deteriorating, so this is allowing the water to soak into the ground while not rotting the wood. This, sorry about the car, this is our automatic timing system for the winter when we have their heat lamp on. The actual device that sits right here we're using for our patio lights, but come winter when the temperature starts to drop, it's pretty essential that chickens here do need a little bit of a heating system. So that's our light in here. You can see the original red and white color, which is actually kind of charming when it's not seen through your window. We have the same exact watering system that you can get at practically every co-op in here, and 2 roosting bars. And just to let you know, I don't typically do cedar chippings anymore. I got 3 babies this spring. This will be the last time that I keep the cedar chippings in for this season. The baby chickens that I got in the spring, we're using this to keep warm, but now that we're approaching summer, I'm gonna go back to the construction sand, which seems to be a lot easier to clean up after and actually a lot cheaper. Now, this coop has a hidden door with an attic. I keep their food storage tote in here, a pooper scooper, and these are some of the items that my baby chicks use when I get them from the co-op. Now on to the nesting boxes. You can see that they favor one side almost always. It's a very simple device. It stays open with this joint. Practically all manufactured chicken coops are equipped with that. I'll just give another quick tour around the chicken coop as the chickens are wondering why I'm going around talking. Oh, sunbathing, eh? So now that you've seen my chicken coop, I just want to say I apologize for my really poor editing. I've never really made videos before. It's my first time and I don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully with time I get better. I want to say thank you to everybody who's actually viewed my videos and also liked or maybe disliked. But I am open to feedback, so just down below ask me questions, let me know if you have any tips and tricks for your own chickens. I hope to keep creating videos and seeing your guys' insight. Thank you so much.